Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of the Grip Breaker podcast with your host Jovanny.
Yeah, and Sonny.
And today we have with us
Arinda Fanning.
All right, we have Arinda Fanning here, another Juujitsu Taro.
Yeah, Arinda, how are you? Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, good. Thank you for being here in our podcast. We really appreciate you. Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Like, tell us about yourself first. What do you do? When did you start jiu-jitsu? A little bit of background about yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a kindergarten teacher. I started jiu-jitsu because I had joined this fight camp at my gym. And so through the fight camp, there was 4 different disciplines that was part of the camp. Wrestling, grappling, jiu-jitsu was one of them, striking, kickboxing. And so I realized, jiu-jitsu was the only class I hadn't tried yet at my gym. And I'm part of this fight camp. I should really look into it so that I can learn the skills needed for this fight camp that I was participating in. So that's what got me into actually taking class. My son has been doing jiu-jitsu since he was about 5.5, and he's always begged me, come try it, Mom. So being able to have that in common with my son too has been really special.
Nice.
Yeah.
But how were you the one who took him to jiu-jitsu when he was 5, or?
Yeah, so he actually started training with his coach and did some grappling with another boy, wrestling. And through that, a few coaches approached me and asked me, why don't you have your son try no-gi? And I said, oh, okay. So he did no-gi for a little bit, and that transitioned into gi, and he just fell in love with it, ended up competing a lot, even at a young age. And so,
Nice.
So which one is he doing more now?
He does both. When he does competitions, we'll sign up for no-gi as well as
No-gi as
He'll
well.
do both.
Get your money's worth. You do both at the competition.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing it for now?
I've been doing it for a little less than a year. I think I joined around April of last year.
Okay.
What was your experience like the first day of class?
I was so nervous, not quite sure what to do because I didn't know any jiu-jitsu moves. I didn't understand the science behind it yet, so I was a little bit nervous. I had been grappling since I was part of the fight camp, and I've been training with a wrestling coach, so I knew a little bit of grappling and a few takedowns, but not like jiu-jitsu.
Transitions, grip.
Yes.
And which one do you primarily do? Gi or no gi?
I do both.
Which one do you prefer?
Not because of difficulty. I don't like working out in the gi because it's heavy. I have like all this extra clothing on me.
I would say that was my first experience
I
too.
think no gi, I can move around a little bit better. The advantage of gi is you have more grips. So I prefer gi for gripping, but being able to be agile and move around, definitely no gi.
Yeah, because you're actually pretty fast. Yeah, so she's actually pretty fast. When she grapples. Yeah, so. Yeah.
How long were you doing the wrestling for before you joined the jiu-jitsu class?
I want to say 2-3 months.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Shoes and all? Were they wear the shoes on the mat?
My coach ended up giving me her hand-me-downs, her shoes. So I feel honored each time I train, I wrestle, and I wear my coach's shoes. So.
Yeah. Who is your coach for that?
Coach Kat.
Kat.
I had won a competition at the gym, the Ultimate Fitness Challenge, and part of that was I won some private sessions. And so I used them to learn some wrestling.
Okay.
And so that's what got me into grappling. I thought, there's this fight club. I'm going to try that to challenge myself. And that transitioned into, the next thing is I need to learn jiu-jitsu as part of the whole MMA.
Yeah. With the
disciplines.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting that now it's like a mother and son training jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
How long was your son doing it prior to you getting into it? A while?
5 years.
Okay, he's been there for a while.
Yes.
Okay, nice. What belt is he now?
He has a gray belt, 4 stripes, I believe.
Nice.
So he's looking forward to earning his next belt.
Yeah.
If he's working hard.
Yeah. And then wrestling someday maybe.
Yeah. For sure.
That's good. Yeah. Have you competed yet?
For jiu-jitsu, I've competed twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where at?
There was an in-house one at my gym, and then I did one last weekend.
Oh, you did Sunny's competition?
Yes, I did Sunny's competition last
weekend.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's always nerve-wracking. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
that's always my first competition, but I learned a lot. It's so different. Watching the match afterwards and realizing, oh, I could have done this. Oh, I could have done that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, you learn.
100%.
Yeah.
One thing I'll tell you about the nerves, they never go away.
They never go away. When my son competes, I'm nervous for him, and he goes out and does amazing, and still, it's nerves.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
nerves are always there. You just learn to deal with them.
Yeah.
And Mike Tyson had a famous quote. He says, anxiety before a fight is like fire. You can either cook with it or you can get burned by it.
So even the flip side, I had asked my son, because that was the first time he saw me compete, and he goes, Mom, I was nervous. I'm like, what were you nervous for? And so I ended up getting submitted with an arm bar, but it was a pretty gnarly arm bar, but I'm pretty flexible too. And so he's like, Mom, I was afraid you were going to break your arm. I'm like, no, I would have tapped if it was too much. But seeing the flip side, having him be nervous for me.
And then another thing, it's I'd heard another quote. Who said this? I can't remember who said it, but they said, you never lose. You either win the match or you learn.
Yes,
it's a win-win
100%,
situation.
yes.
You know, and I've lost many times in jiu-jitsu, and you know, those small tournaments are good ways to see where you're at before the big ones. You know.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
That's one thing I love about you. You see yourself competing some more?
I think so.
In gi or no gi?
I don't have a preference.
No preference?
My very first one was gi, and I had won gold in that one. I was supposed to have a no gi match, but the competitor stepped out, and so I didn't get to compete. Last weekend was actually my first no gi competition.
Really?
So,
which is good because you're trying both. Like I said, you have to. I think if you want to be good at jiu-jitsu, I think you have to have both.
Yeah.
You can't just say, okay, I'm good at gi.
Yeah.
And then when you get to no gi, you're like a white belt again. I was like, no, I think you have to have both. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any adjuncts to jiu-jitsu? Anything you add with it to improve your jiu-jitsu? Running, stretching?
I do a lot.
Yeah.
I think I try to take every class at the gym. It's good for me. A lot of people can get addicted to a lot of different things. I'm addicted to being at the gym and just trying all of the classes. If there's something I don't know how to do, I want to learn how to do it. I'm not satisfied until I can do it. And so that's kind of with jiu-jitsu that drives me to keep taking class and keep coming, because I don't know it 100% yet. And so that's like my journey, is to keep learning.
Yeah.
And so I started with just lifting and taking the HIIT classes at the gym. And then that transitioned to, let's try boxing. Let's try kickboxing now. Okay, let's try wrestling. Let's try jiu-jitsu. So,
have you gotten hurt yet?
I have, not in jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Not in jiu-jitsu.
No, I don't think I've never gotten injured in jiu-jitsu yet. I've had to roll through injuries that I got in other classes, but not from jiu-jitsu.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good. Actually, that's good.
Well, she's boxing and doing everything there too, man. You're getting hit.
Yeah.
Do you lift? Do you work out? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you how about cardio? What do you do for cardio?
So I don't like the HIIT bike. That's like my least favorite. I'll do it because it's good for me, but I prefer running or the rower.
Oh, okay.
If I do cardio. Yeah.
Running's one of my favorite ones. I feel like it's meditative. If you can run outside and just kind of see, you know, be next to land, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll just throw some music on and run outside or on the treadmill.
Yeah, or on a podcast or something, you know.
Yeah.
I like running. And I feel like it does great in all areas of life, right? Not just jiu-jitsu.
Oh, absolutely. It definitely helps with conditioning and being able to...
How many times a week do you train?
6 to 7.
Really?
6 to 7.
But not all jiu-jitsu, though.
Okay.
Oh,
like I have different days where I do different things.
It's called cross-train.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cross-train.
Yes.
Really
so
good.
I train in some way, shape, or form 6 to 7 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So everyone has like good experiences and bad experiences in jiu-jitsu. Give us some of the good when you first joined that you enjoyed.
Oh, some of the good, definitely like the friends that I've made, they were very supportive and encouraging, and because I was really nervous stepping in, not quite sure, what do I do?
They took care of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they see you as somebody that's trying to learn, and they respect that and come in and don't make you feel unimportant or anything. Like they want to help you on your journey as well. And
They don't want you quitting the first day. They don't
No,
want to snatch
absolutely
you.
not. No, yeah.
That was a big difference between jiu-jitsu gyms and wrestling gyms. When I first started wrestling, they try to break you. They want to see if you were tough enough to stay in the gym, because you start the year with like 100 kids, you end the year with like 40.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like a grinder. But in jiu-jitsu, they're way more accepting. I felt like more familial. You got numbers. They took care of you. They give you advice. They're trying to hurt you or beat you. You know, I feel like there's less ego in jiu-jitsu than there was in wrestling. Wrestling is definitely full of ego.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu is definitely no ego.
MMA too.
MMA too, full of ego. You got to be that top
Yeah.
guy, right? So
Yeah.
so much confidence.
Yeah.
But, you know, you get it. Yeah. What were some of the bad?
I can't really think of anything bad. A couple times I rolled with some people who were a lot bigger than me. Oh, I take it back. I did get injured slightly one time rolling with a person that was significantly larger than me. But then, you know, you just take care of the injury and you come back. The one turn off, but I kept coming back, was getting used to having to grapple with somebody. And even with wrestling, is rolling with somebody else's sweat. Like, that took a while to get used to. So that was like the bad thing.
Yeah.
But once I made my peace with that, we just moved on. I really can't think of anything bad.
Yeah.
So you've had to wrestle with males and females. Who do you think who's rougher on you?
I think the females are rough.
Really? Wow.
I think for
Yeah.
the most part, I think in the classes that I take, it's mostly guys. Every once in a while, there'll be a girl or two, but I feel like the girls are out for blood more than the guys. The guys are afraid to hurt you.
I've heard. I don't know if it's true, but this is just one of the things that I've heard in jiu-jitsu, that women are actually more aggressive than men when they go against another girl or a woman. Right?
I bet, because there's less of them. They're like, oh, there's another girl in this class.
Yeah.
Better girl in this class.
Yes.
Out for blood.
Yeah.
So, go for it.
So, how long do you see yourself doing this for?
As long as I can. I don't know. I want to keep going.
Do you have any goals in jiu-jitsu?
Definitely earn the black belt, but you know, I kind of got into this because of my own MMA fitness journey, but also my son is very involved in wrestling and jiu-jitsu, and so I want to learn this so that I can support him as well. So wherever, I'm not quite sure where that journey has me, you know, just supporting my son, and then for me, just learning as much as I can for as long as I can. Like, I don't want to. My parents are very docile, sedentary compared to me. Like, I'm the extreme. And so I never want to reach that point where I can't move. And eventually it's going to come where I have to slow down. Yeah. But as long as I'm staying active, I feel like that'll delay that point.
100%.
You know, so.
You know, I'm a registered nurse, and a lot of my patients, you'll see some people that are in their 70s and they look like they're in their 80s. They move slow, brittle. And then you have other people that are in their 60s, 70s, and they move like they're in their 40s, 50s, and they just said they never stopped. They said stopping is where you lose it.
Yeah, so I want to do as much as I can for as long as I can. Like, I just want to keep moving and growing and learning.
But you also mentioned when we were talking that you lived in Thailand, right?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Thailand.
Okay, can you tell the audience about that experience? Yeah.
Oh, goodness. So I was born and raised in Thailand. My father's Thai. I moved to the United States when I was 17, so right after I had graduated high school. But ashamed to say I didn't go to a single Muay Thai match until like just last year. So I went to support one of my coaches. But I remember my father putting me in Taekwondo my senior year of high school. And so that was like my first taste of.
Do you speak both languages?
I do. I'm a little rusty because I don't have anybody to practice it with, but I can still speak, read, and write it.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
When you came to America, did you have an accent at all?
I don't know.
Did you go to English-speaking schools out there? Or?
I did from upper elementary onward. So 4th grade or 5th grade onward. No, I didn't go to. I skipped a grade. I went from 4th to 6th grade.
Wow.
But it was because I went to an international school, and that meant the instruction was in English. Yeah. And so since my mom's American, I was very fluent in English, and so I thought we need to challenge her more.
What they speak in the household?
Well, my mom never quite learned the language, so with my mom it was always English. With my dad, Thai and English. Unless I was in trouble, then a little bit more Thai came out than English.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Pretty cool that because the reason why I asked about Thailand is because obviously Thailand is one of also a great country for martial arts.
Yes, and I mean, we would visit my grandmother every single Sunday, so we drove by Lumpini Stadium every single Sunday. You know.
They got fighting blood there.
Yeah.
They got fighters' blood. You
Yeah.
got a few countries that are known for fighters. Brazil for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Mexico for boxing.
Yeah.
Thailand for kickboxing.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So every Sunday, drove past the stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really, really good for you to experience. At least you see that. Actually, one time I thought about moving to Thailand, even just for a year, just to experience the
It's also
country.
beautiful there.
Yeah, so just to experience the country, learn Muay Thai.
It's so much more relaxed.
Yeah.
We have a saying called "sabai sabai." It's just relax. Everything's easygoing.
Kind of like the Aloha, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Everybody's in scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how does jiu-jitsu relate to your professional life?
My professional life. So on the flip side, so I started jiu-jitsu because my son was in it. I wanted to learn mixed martial arts, but at the same time, I've found it very useful, helpful just for self-defense because I am a public school teacher. And so, those things go through my mind. Like if something happened, what do I need to do to protect my students?
100%.
And then I've had two situations where after I have started wrestling and learning jiu-jitsu, I got approached in the parking lot and like all the training just came to my head right away.
The parking lot at the gym?
No, down the street from my school.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, a person approached me and didn't want to leave me alone.
Oh, wow.
And so at first I was scared and I'm like, no. And my coach was like, face your attacker. Don't give them your back. And so I turned and faced the person that was trying to talk to me. And, the person that I was before starting jiu-jitsu is definitely a lot more mentally tough and stronger than the person before the training.
Yeah.
And so that's like a huge component because like I lifted weights a lot. I still do, but it's hard, but you don't have to think about it. I'm like, okay, I need, my goal is to do this amount of reps in this many seconds, or my goal is to reach this weight. Like there's not a lot of thinking where jiu-jitsu and wrestling, it's like a chess match.
100%.
You're anticipating what the person's going to do so that you know what your next move is going to be. Like I have to think. I can't just space out because if I space out, I'm going to get taken down and then my opponent wins. So it's definitely forced me to like think a lot more.
Here's the other thing. In boxing or kickboxing, you're trading punches. And, you might hit a guy and the strength might not equal out to where that guy can take a lot more punches than you can take of his. The great thing about jiu-jitsu, not everybody knows how to grapple. So once you're down on the ground, most men would be fish out of water if you do not grapple, and that's your world, right? And that's why when people at work would ask me, what martial arts should I put my daughter in? Should I put her in Taekwondo? I'm like, no, don't waste your time. Put her in jiu-jitsu. That would be the only way she's going to equalize herself out there with the man. Nullify a man's strength. Because, take him down to the ground, he doesn't know how to grapple, he's gone. He's done. You see plenty of videos online of women just whipping men's butts who thought they could hang with them, and these girls just arm barring, kimoring.
Actually, a real life situation. So my cousin lives in Indiana, does jiu-jitsu too. And they live in a pretty safe town. Everybody leaves their door unlocked. Well, an intruder came in.
Oh, wow.
And so my cousin took him down using jiu-jitsu until the police arrived. And so, it's very useful.
100%.
Yep, 100%. Yep.
All right, so before we end the show, we'd like to go over your jiu-jitsu philosophy. What keeps you going in the sport? What do you take into your real life?
What keeps me going? I don't know. Like, I'm the kind of person that I'm not satisfied unless I can do it 100%. So that's what makes me want to keep coming, is I want to keep learning. And also like you don't know unless you show up, unless you take that next step. So like you said, the hardest belt is white. And that was so true because it took me the longest time to step onto the mat. And so like now that I have stepped onto the mat, like I feel like it's a disservice if I don't follow it to the very end. Like I want to see how far I can go,
Like Musashi says, master something, you'll see it in all things, right?
Okay, so that's Arinda. Guys, what can you say to the audience? Little message to our audience before we leave.
You know what, guys, you never know unless you try. So I definitely encourage everybody, especially the ladies, just step onto the mat. That's the first step.
There you go. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. And good luck in your career.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye, guys. See you next episode.
Okay, so he asked me in
a collar tie. So I'm gonna reach over, under, gable grip, and then twist into an Americana. He has a collar tie. I reach over, under, gable grip, and then twist into an Americana.
Yeah.